Hey guys, Airborne Cobra, aka Lyric, and tonight we're going to play something a little bit more mellow. We are going to play Strange Antiques. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey Leo! As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the strange antiques in my hand. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with the terrible certainty that this could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. I know. That's why I was like, you know what? Let's do the artifacts, the antiques. Okay. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass. I must leave at once. I am leaving the shop in your care, with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. There's an index in the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully, and remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Usually they do. Right? Okay, so is going to be very, very interesting. So we can store that there. Congratulations. Today is the day you meet the great poet Thomas Esme, a man of two loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog named called Hamish. But I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. If you'd be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Okay, so the inspection is going to be... Hmm. Hunter's boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beasts, those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. Okay, so without embellishment. Sensation of power. So let's see. There we go. Splenic totem, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feelings. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciples. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. I wish I get rid of the magnifying glass. Oh, I felt it. Okay, I see what I did. Just start drawing it again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. A creeping dark has set up my house. I'm told Shadowhold will draw it out. A Shadowhold, or Shadic vessel, is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or a bottle or some sort of box, It can be used to contain Oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as Creeping Dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher, so something like that on it. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Yep. I'm thinking too fast sometimes. I might be a little dumb. I literally read bottle. Sunbond. Sunbond is a small and lightweight design to be carried discreetly made of a non-precious metal, some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun. A brightness can pierce the darkest gloom. What's with all these ravens flying about under Mirror today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boat yard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man doesn't like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Charlie Weathers. And what an Ossic ring. Ossic. That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offering to the goddess Kuchin, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear the Kuchin's unearthly hiss when they hold the Ulstic ring up to their ear. I think that's the bone. Yep. Boop. Oh, Invocant. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic. The weight of these items is nevertheless important. It should not stray more than a hair from precisely pound. They are placed on the chest of those in coma to draw them out. We're gonna do that, so I don't have to fucking label it anymore. Oh. cat does have a name! The cat's name is Jupiter, Devourer of Souls. That's so great! So, Jupiter. I think we all do. Edmund Bishop. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. They'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. A voice of Theranos might help me put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Right? The eyes are just so cute. The name Voice of Theranos is used to refer to any bronze torch that has certain imbued properties. With skills such as an item can be used to read patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. This pagan god of the forest nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing motherfucker. I see a ring like that. See the neck thing, and then a moon and a snake. Bronze. Are you bronze? Gold. Bronze. I wonder if it's this. I think it's this. Yep. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into the world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps? A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience? They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. The black mirror thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach back barrel. I did forget to do one thing. Oopsie doodle. Silly me. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Hmm. so let's see. Hmm. And northwest and the first. Is it that? It'd be like right in there. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce the steps. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all. When suddenly, and unexpectedly, I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Well, that's just perfect. Undermere, fizzing with fear over these ravens, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear. That was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of the bed. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Oh. That's gonna be useful. Between the two, that's gonna be important. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horn shackle might be the answer. The horn shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, or more commonly, totems of some kind. Okay, so worn smooth. Let's wait. Think I found it. Okay, we got that identified. We are getting there. Visager. A vestiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale and blue in their presence. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours. For the right price, of course. Kind regards, John Royston. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark on important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and I wanted to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I like. That maybe a moonheart would bring her some comfort. Okay, moonheart. Selenic totem, more commonly known as moonhearts, can be imbued with sentient feeling of love or joy. Selenic totem. Triangle, circle, big circle, line. I don't know. Do I have that yet? Typically a totem. That it's locked? Oh shit. Fuck. Here's the totem. I just accidentally figured out some secret shit. It's interesting as fuck. Gungarim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, wolf song, truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. let's see. Interesting. Hey, Grim. I wonder. Okay. A friend of mine, or former friend, I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that would teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? There are no wrong answers, but my decision will not affect the events of motion. Made of 2 distinct materials representing the Mintic and the Wixit. The mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. A binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies the feeling of guilt and shame. And the other one was Zia. Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zias are made of any single material except wood or clay. Let's go with the guilt. So... slider. No, because that doesn't give me a notification. Here you go. I noticed that. I might need to change it where you guys can type with it. Because the notification gives me that. Found a man just now in the house, where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen it, but I did. He was sheet white, but his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking a Libula see us safely through. Motherfuck. Libula are to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that Libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as well as old thaumaturgs knew. Wisdom. I would say Mentic. Some wisdom. Uh-huh. Shit. I know that symbol. Having issues there, Krim. Oh, do tell. Oh, fucknut. Motherfucker! I'm gonna take that button away from you. Jackass. I will be back. I'm going to beat my mod the next time I fucking see him. You know what I forgot? I'm glad I looked anyways, because my mod didn't tell me my heart rate's not on. I see it. I just can't hear the notification when it goes off. I didn't take it away, it's just that it hasn't been confirmed yet. Welcome to those who have never seen this before. They have the option to make me take a shot in channel points. To drink water, show cats, whatever. They like to bully me with it. Okay, hydration's done. Oh, I know he did. And he thinks I'm crazy because what I have on deck is tequila. So I take straight shots of tequila. No. Gav said I was crazy. So, there's that. I like tequila! The Gav also thinks it's crazy that I take it with such a straight face. So there's that. is not psychotic behavior. Chat's being mean to me. I do no reaction whatsoever. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head, where he had sliced himself with the diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. No comments. I let it rest. Nothing. But that mixes it with spit, and it makes it nasty that way. Just the spit does not make it taste good. Because it kind of waters it down. It waters it down. Like, but he's talking about gargling it, and I produce a lot of saliva, so Krim, you're just gonna end up spitting on it. Okay, so I know what that is. That is either a building or across the road. Set that to the side. Yeah, I kind of know you pretty well. I think it might be this right here. Let's try it. Unless it's this. So it looks like this, but it stops here. Let's see. Yep. Got it. There's a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. I slowly manage to work it loose, and when it finally comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long hidden treasures. We got a thing! Oh, new things! We're gonna put you here, and you there. Good after no morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm Francesca Robertson, a doctor of sorts. I've seen you heard about Mr. Hungerford. It seems to be the talk of the town already. I'm used to dealing with maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hopeful and Invocant will be of some effect. Wait, holy fuck. Wait! The fuck? These stone items weigh the same as men's heart. Okay, so something that weighs a pound. What about it? I'm so glad it has like the auto labeler. That's so nice. Dataless link. A dataless link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight, their design vary, but they might point to some fastest of flight, a feather or wings of a bird or an insect, for example. Temperance Parker. I had quite a chat with Edmund Bishop in the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. Okay. I'm gonna see. So you're gonna go back there for a sec. You go right there. Dun, dun, dun. Yep. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. No shadow spirit or wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient, of some would say, primitive component of thaumaturgy. thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. So it's not a precious metal. And protection. So 2 diamonds together. Like that. Where are the precious metals? This. Got it. St. John's Anvil. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be turned to filter out certain noises but allow others to still be heard. Go beans! There's something I wanted to show you. I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It's hanging behind an old shed, all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw you a quick map for you. There. Trees. It's that right there, if I'm mistaken. Nope, I am. Hmm. I thought it was that. Let's see. Cooked. 28 is the church. Oh, I was right. Because that's just slightly up. A shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest of the mottled green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye as I reach for it, and I notice that there's another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by ivy. Oh, cool! Okay. Okay. I just love how Jupiter just jumps up. Eli picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house, where I've been helping Dr. Robertson in looking for any clues about what happened there. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered Oshadic vessel, but whatever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of. And the ravens, very unusual, but at least they seemed to have dispersed. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleeston Castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behavior. But first I would like a messenger. Whatever this is, we don't want it spreading. Welcome back, Prim. Okay. Have I identified that yet? I don't think I have. These prevent the spread of disease and pestilence among flame burns pale blue in their presence. There it is. Moonstone Guardian. For the banishment of Pop's fear and optic sight, please tend to take the form of comforting guardian. I'm not doing all that. What is this? I'm so glad I turned that on fucking auto. I might actually shoot myself if I had to deal with that. By the way, kidding. Two days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower. When they made a discovery, their elation at their find was soon turned to horror. It almost looks like a key. It is a key. Fuck. Between lock and key. I have such severe allergies right now. Lock House 7. Keystone Manor 13. So, bear between these. Is it that? Huh. Buried behind lock and key. Straight there, maybe here. Yep. A large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field. It bears an inscription. On the spot in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Locke. Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents, as well as a pistol and another item that catches my attention. Interesting. What else was there? The wine merchant next door. Not what I wanted. $29. So it's probably right there. The proprietor, a Mrs. Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from strange antiques next door. Yes, we'll take a lot of them out here, would you? Can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me. But I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. Interesting. Okay, so that's done. The farm. Where is the farm? $30. There. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of his value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. So that's another one down. Mission. Boat guard. The yard has seen better days. A mess of broken and rotten timber covers most of the outdoor space that isn't taken up by upturned boats, slowly being claimed by the weeds. In the middle of all this, a man looks up from repairing a small rowing boat. "You must be from Strange Antiques," he says with a smile. He takes me into a dilapidated office where two metal buckets collect drips of brown water and a thin window pane rattles with every footstep. He pulls a sheaf of brown paper out of the desk drawer and places them gently in my hand. Apparently, as an afterthought and somewhat reluctantly, the man gives me something else as I'm leaving. "I have no use for it," he says. "Don't even know what it's for." I'm getting really lucky with this. It wasn't one I made, honestly. I probably need to remove it because it just doesn't do anything. Besides, if it's quiet and you send a message, then it dings. So I probably need to remove that because it doesn't actually do anything much besides let you send a message. I don't know what that is. Okay. Well, the shop is still standing. That's something. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. I'm going to need to find Verona to get up to speed on what's going on. At least I didn't come back from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. Why are you looking at the points, Krim? I'm not a good person. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Help me do better, please. I have to change, but I don't know how. What do you have that can help me banish my inner demons and make them change? Just stick this time. Okay. So I think Hornshackle would be a good one for this. So this is the one that has the binding seed. She's the one who kept stealing. significant didn't snap Mr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. It's strange. At times he appears almost awake, but he's deep in some kind of trance, and I can't get anything out of him. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the six Islamic disciples: Slinic, Dradic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wysic, Mentic. They help people to stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue over time. In repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though they undreamed nightmares within are beginning to seep out. 6 points. Where are you? Is there anything else at 6 points? I'm going to assume it's this. It might be this. Okay, what the fuck am I? Like, they both talk about fucking energy. God damn it. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Do not tell me. Those are fucking items. I'm so pissed off right now. I thought they were like fucking tools that we were gonna need. I'm fucking pissed now. Yeah, get back up there, you fucking bitch. Nah, you think? Just a little bit? Many years ago, I owned a silent breath. It is already old when I inherited it, and its powers died soon after. It's about time I replaced it. There are those that consider the white heart a prize to be claimed, but there is no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A silent breath contains a small token taken from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bearer to sense danger before it arrives. I wonder if it's a... because that has a sense of foreboding. Elva stone. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments, such as praxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with Selenic discipline, a connection that is also reflected in their design. Rufus Shelley. I've always wanted to try a Daedalus link. I have a personal interest in the celestial branch, so I'm not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks, and now I have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem to be the safest way to approach it. Hmm. Okay. These are not very light. Yeah. I wonder if it's this. Jesus Christ. Fucking wait. Yep. Got it. Okay. Tested purifier. Small Telka's gemstone known as the eye is placed in a strong smelling liquid, usually some potent barley, spirit, or vinegar. Small tokens such as a ring or amulet perhaps submerged in the liquid and left for full cycle of the moon are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course there is a limit to the effectiveness of this process. Hello, Mr. Bishop. The ravens are back, I see. It looks like it's going to be worse this time. After speaking to Verona, I've come to extend an open invitation to visit Gleeston Castle. My family has lived there for generations, and I know there are artifacts that would be of use to you gathering dust in hidden corners. All I ask is that you stay out of the South Tower and the master bedroom, and run anything you find by me first, of course. Okie doke. Okay. Here. The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. The glass jar houses the objects mentioned in Edmund's note. As I gather the items and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk. The author's name is of particular interest. I pick it up and find Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. I try to insist on paying for it at least, but he won't entertain the idea. Interesting. This definitely feels a little bit more in depth than, well, strange horticulture. It feels like it has a lot more to it. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rock falls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. So something will line up with that. Uh, now I have to wait to explore shit. Unless it is. I highly doubt it's this. Where is it? Mars and winter. Is there a room that fits this? Interesting. Yep. A portrait of some dead lord's eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absentmindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and austere, and I am about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. I'm not sure about this fog today. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. It's usually fierce black dogs I worry about, not big black birds. Better off inside, I reckon. The triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard of it. But did you know this? I calculated the exact center point, and there's a small clearing there. It can't be a coincidence. What's more, there is a certain energy about it, not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look for yourself. Thomas, Pope, and Hamish. So, I believe he's talking about this. Sure enough, as I approach the center of the curious triangle, copse of the heart of heath wood, come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands in the center. Sunlight breaks through, and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. Almost immediately, I am struck by a sense of ominous power, and my intuition tells me that there is something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and notice some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster. I spot something else embedded in the wood. 3 pendants, arranged in a triangle shape. We have discovered so much stuff now. Crazy. Interesting. Gus Foley. It has been many years since I performed at the Rite of the Red Knives, but I can still remember every step. I'd do it one more time before I die if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. I tried that place in Arnstein, and they sent me here. During the rite of the Red Knives, an Orford spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. I wonder if it's this, since this is coated in blood. Yep! Got it! Hey, at least it's like we're getting stuff. I need to go away for a few days again. The Order of the Black Veil will have information I'm looking for. They seek to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. The only problem is, I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me that Guise of Lillian? It won't be the first time I've used one to get around their hatred of me. Oh, so he's sneaky. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognized. If used for any length of time, the wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in the thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth and bone to trilobites, ammonites, and devil's toenails. A Guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. I know there's no hate, but it's so funny that we have so many items now. It makes you think of the Mystery Shack. Oh, I remember what I was gonna look at. I'm thinking it's this. Yep! We're getting there. So, what else did we get? Rebecca Rose. Hello. Oh, is that a cat? My eyes have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. I do hope I'm in the right place. My daughter told me about a shop that specializes in unusual items. My life's joy has been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid I'm a bit at a loss. I know that I will never see it again. But is there anything in your collection that might help me paint again? I feel a little foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me it means everything. Here's a Leona fun fact. Certain species of ammonites went extinct during the Great Dying, the largest, most devastating extinction in history. This was right before the dinosaurs came to be around. So let's see. Objects induce a form of synesthesia, where colors and tones, lights and shadows can be felt through touch. They are sometimes used by those who work in low-light conditions such as miners. The gemstones in Ares remnants are arranged in the shape of a constellation that shares its name. A spirit eye. Let's go ahead and go with the Ares remnant. I have it. I wonder if it's this. Yep. Clarence Hawker. Those ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. 2 of them up at Cathcart, and another fellow, a fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folks turning up with their eyes all black like that. And now this fog too. With the night drawing in, and me working late, I refuse to walk down Holbrook Road with so much as a lantern. I had something nice and bright in mind. Sunbond. Sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. I wonder if it's this. Audrey Bell. Bend your ear to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. Elenita Holgen Grimm in the coming days. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and afterlife. The sacrament is to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth, to seek his judgment, path of the warrior, to help the dead find their way. Looks like he's wearing that. Yep. Leadheart. Interesting. Stairs. Up the stairs, left and left again. The second on the right is where I spend each night. Okay. Up the stairs. Left. Then left again. Stairs. I feel like I'm being dumb about this. Left. Then left again. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this a lot. I do this quite a bit to myself because I'm like, because there's not really much to go on from here. As it says left, then left again, second on the right. Where I spend each night. So it wouldn't be there. Hold up. It was here we were last night. Has he already said not to go there? Yeah, I figured as much. Something I'm missing. Okay. We'll come back to that, because if not, it's gonna drive me insane. Never getting peace in my house. When am I to find the time to do my writing? Tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore, and besides, I can still hear the shouting and the banging at all hours. I heard you might be able to help me. Actually, I already know a thing. Wait, St. John Campbell. I was thinking of something else. Okay, similar to Poppy. I know what that is. That should be. Mm. Trying to get poppy flowers in my head. That one's louder right there. That's why. I think of poppy flowers. I wonder if it's maybe containment. Amethyst. Because an amethyst could contain the sound. What are you? What are you? Pinkish gemstone. some moonstone. Didn't mean to right click that. I don't know. Mm. Warm and vibrating energy. There we go. Fuck. Fucking father. He must be Thaumaturge's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past, though. And speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'd be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one. Okay, Elva stone. Can be used to relieve discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as paralysis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic Scyphal connection that is also reflected in their design. Of the moon. Silver. Did it say gemstone? No, metal. There we go. Yep, he wanted snuggles. He knew I was really sick yesterday. I've been doing some reading. See what you make of this.
Hey.
His brother's passed out in the background. I just love the amount he's purring from just... I don't know why he loves it. But we did get to stream for 2 hours. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call this here. Just because we've made such good progress. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I will be back tomorrow. And we can continue this.